You are stuck in dead-stop traffic on an incredibly sweltering summer afternoon. You crank your air conditioning dial all the way up to the maximum setting hoping for some relief, but all you get is a miserable, fluctuating blast of warm air blowing straight into your face. Sweating through your shirt while driving is the absolute worst, and if you hook up a diagnostic scanner, you will probably find a P0537 trouble code hiding in the computer, meaning there is an unexpectedly low voltage condition in your air conditioning evaporator temperature sensor circuit. The evaporator core lives deep inside your dashboard and essentially does the exact opposite job of the condenser sitting behind your front grille. It turns liquid refrigerant into a gas, absorbing all the massive ambient heat from the cabin air as the blower motor pushes it through the aluminum fins. The temperature sensor is usually physically clipped directly onto those freezing cold evaporator fins, and it is an absolutely critical component because the engine computer relies heavily on its resistance values to know exactly when to engage or disengage the heavy air conditioning compressor clutch under the hood. If the computer sees a voltage that drops completely out of the expected range, it assumes the sensor has failed and immediately shuts off the compressor to prevent the whole system from literally freezing over into a solid block of solid ice. While a P0537 code will not leave you stranded on the side of the highway or blow up your engine, the complete loss of climate control is a massive blow to your driving comfort that needs immediate attention. The biggest headache with this specific repair is simply gaining physical access to the sensor, because it is almost always buried inside the massive plastic climate control box behind your glove compartment or radio. You might have to carefully pry away a ton of delicate interior trim pieces, so I always recommend waiting until the interior of the car is somewhat warm, because pulling on cold, brittle plastic tabs is a guaranteed way to snap them entirely. Once you finally locate the sensor, the diagnosis is usually pretty straightforward using a basic digital multimeter, because these are simple thermistor components where the internal electrical resistance changes in direct correlation to the ambient temperature. You just need to probe the two wires, record the resistance reading, and check it against the manufacturer service manual to see if the internal circuitry has completely shorted out and failed. Keep a very close eye on the wiring harness near the passenger floorboard area as well, because people often kick those wires with wet, salty winter boots, causing severe internal wire corrosion that perfectly mimics a totally dead temperature sensor.